Situated on a hill in the middle of town, Pepperdine holds a prominent place in Malibu.
Since 2019, the university has been under new leadership.
Marley Panago sits down with President Jim Gash to reflect on his first 4 years in office and some members of his graduating senior class.
Pepperdine seniors set to graduate at the end of April are a part of a class of college students whose in-person college time was cut short by COVID. But they aren't letting that define their experience.
If I had to choose one word that would describe my Pepperdine experience, I would say that it would be exhilarating.
I would probably describe it as invaluable.
I would say growth.
I would choose transformative.
Pepperdine's 8th president, Jim Gash, who began his first term at the same time as these seniors, has a hard time boiling down the past 4 years to just one word. There are many.
One word. I don't think I'm going to be able to do one, but I'll give you a few.
Okay.
I will say resilience. I would say community, eventful, and joy.
The class of 2023 spent a year and a half of their time remotely during the COVID-19 pandemic. President Gash, while proud of how the university, and especially the faculty members, handled the situation,
the professors were awesome,
has regret for the lost time.
That's not what we wanted. That's not what they wanted. That's not where they were meant to be. They were supposed to be here in community with us.
With the senior class losing their in-person sophomore year to COVID, many also lost their chance to study abroad, a quintessential Pepperdine experience.
I regret that the students didn't get to study abroad. That's a transformative opportunity that our students have, that very few other students in the country have, like we have, and I regret that they didn't have that experience. And so
Pepperdine's senior psychology major, Abby Morrow, lost her year abroad in Florence.
Especially having to seeing the program and seeing the city and knowing how much I loved it, I really would have loved to spend a whole year there.
The missed opportunity is still fresh for political science major Jake Lott as well.
I was a DC plus Florence student, so I was supposed to be in Washington, D.C. in the fall of 2020 and Florence in the spring of 2021.
But while the class of 2023, like everyone who lived through the COVID pandemic, will always have questions of what could have been,
I think there's a lot of loss and a bit of grief over what could have been for a lot of us.
President Gash hopes the resilience gained will serve the students well.
As they walk into this next chapter, they're prepared for anything that comes at them because they have managed the biggest social dislocation in a century. I mean, honestly, in a century, and they powered through it, and they're ready.
And even with lost time since returning to campus as upperclassmen in the fall of 2021, seniors like art history and Italian double major Matthew Harville say there was still enough time to form important connections.
My favorite part of the last 4 years was definitely making super strong connections with my professors. There are a couple that I have in mind that I know that I'll be friends with for the rest of my life.
When asked about the legacy he is building, community is also what President Gash is focused on.
I will say the passion project for me is student community.
Set to include a resilience-informed skills education building, a 10,000 square foot student fitness center, intramural sports courts, and an arena with a restaurant.
So that's what I'm passionate about. The mountain and the mountain village, that's part of it, is the mechanism for student community life.
Construction for a parking structure for the project is already underway. Gash says while the future of Pepperdine will include more parking.
Remember when students used to say, I couldn't find a parking spot? 831 parking spaces there.
The future is also bright, as many campaigns from the 2030 strategic plan will be in full swing within the next 4 years.
So all of the things that are in that plan will be in full steam.
And as he prepares to send the class of 2023 off, he has this message for them.
And yet, here they are. They have made it, and as I said earlier, they are ready for anything. There isn't anything that they will walk into saying, I don't know what to do, this is too hard, because they've already done that. They've already done that.
You can watch my entire 20-minute sit-down interview with President Gash on our Newswaves Facebook page. It includes his response to the university's U.S. News and World Report ranking and his focus on upholding the mission and values of the university, plus a big announcement that he says he will be making tomorrow.